Hey guys, Leanna here, and welcome to today's episode of Leanna's Corner. And for the purpose of this, I'm going to take my glasses off just so you guys don't see a glare all over the screen. So I'm going to do a Monday Night Raw review. Yesterday was Monday, which means it was Monday Night Raw, which means time for a wrestling review. I thought it would be appropriate to do the video this way, so if I move, you can see my John Cena in the background. But I have to read, so I'm going to put these actually back on because I'm blind if I don't. So I'm just going to turn the brightness down on my phone so you don't see like a super lot of glare. And I'm actually going to do that to this. There. Now you see a glare, but it's not quite as bad. And the lighting is super weird, so I'm going to... There. That kind of helped. So, last night, Raw was in Oklahoma City, and it started off with it's a ladder top showdown between the Money in the Bank ladder match contestants: Dean Ambrose, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Cesaro, Alberto Del Rio, and Chris Jericho. They all were sitting on top of a ladder, and they were all discussing their odds or whatever of winning the match and what they would do if they win. And then they all started fighting, and then Teddy Long came out and was like saying all this stuff that he would do if he was in charge of SmackDown. And it says to throw his name in the running for SmackDown's new head honcho position. Although Stephanie McMahon wasn't about to hand him SmackDown on a big blue platter, she took a cue from his matchmaking days and sanctioned 3 singles matches between the Money in the Bank men: Zayn versus Del Rio, Ambrose versus Owens, and Cesaro versus Jericho. So, Teddy Long wants to have control of SmackDown now that it's going live and everything. I personally don't think he should, because his time is done. And, like, there's nothing left for him to do. It's just over with, done, go by. Some say that Shane should run SmackDown. I personally don't think he should run SmackDown. I think move Stephanie to SmackDown. Let her do her thing over there. Let's see what Shane can do. Let him have a little bit of a chance. So the first match was Jericho versus Cesaro. And, see, it was a pretty good match. Back and forth a lot. You know, you have youngness compared to veteran. So, I mean, it was a pretty good, decent match. It lasted quite a while. And then things looked really bad for Cesaro when he went for his springboard European uppercut, and he flew face first into a codebreaker. But strength carried him through. He muscled out of the walls of Jericho, reversed the submission into his thing where he swings him around 50 million times, which I have yet to figure out how he does without getting dizzy himself. And put him into the sharpshooter, causing Jericho to tap. And these are just my notes that I have for the matches that I'm reading, because I can't really... I make notes of everything I want to talk about and go from... And that way when I do my video, I have like a lowdown of what's going on. And I have my Roman Empire shirt. So, yeah, and someone's mowing outside. So, the club targets Cena again. So, see, AJ Styles is set to take on John Cena in what pretty much everyone is calling a dream match worthy of the showcase of the Immortals. Cena came to Raw, and he just wanted to ask Styles, you know, why did he attack him? And AJ was saying all this stuff, like the thing everyone says, like, you know, oh, well, you make me embarrassed to be a wrestler because you don't wrestle, you just do your own thing and you don't wrestle and everything. And I like how Cena came back with, if you could fought Roman Reigns and lost twice, what makes you think you're gonna beat me? Like, that's, and I'm even like, yeah, because if Roman doesn't give up, Cena doesn't give up, multiply by like 1,000. So I'm curious to see that match though, because Cena demanded an explanation, and he said that they were his insurance policy to keep his momentum going should Cena get the better of him. The assembled club then headed to the ring to make an example of Cena, only to be cut off at the pass by the New Day, who came to Cena's aid before the main event clash with the club. So they were all going down to attack him again, and the New Day came out. So I don't really know what they're doing with the New Day. I don't know if they're doing like turning them face or just kind of throwing them out there. Enzo and Cass honor Muhammad Ali, so in their entrance to the ring, they gave a little shout out to Muhammad Ali, and they fought the Vaudevillains, and I wasn't really too impressed with this match. Aiden English knocked Enzo loopy by shoving him into the bottom rope, and then Big Cass went ballistic and decided to pay tribute to the greatest in the most appropriate way, beating the Vaudevillains up. Sure, that got him disqualified. So it wasn't even really technically like a match. Like, I think they're doing a really weird thing with this. I think they should just stick to letting one thing run and go. Like, don't keep messing them up. And Teddy Long, Stephanie McMahon officially sanctioned a fatal 4-way for the tag team titles at Money in the Bank, and it's going to be the New Day against Enzo and Cass, against the Vaudevillains, and against Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. So I feel like that one might be pretty good, but it'll either be Enzo and Cass or Carl and Anderson that get it. Sami Zayn falls into Del Rio's trickery. There again, you have veteran versus new player, and, Sami Zayn was really good in NXT. He was an NXT champion. He was really good, but, I think they're pushing him too far, too fast. I didn't really pay too much attention during this match, just because these two weren't really, like, my biggest people. But Alberto Del Rio wouldn't stand a chance against Sami Zayn, is what a lot of the crowd seemed to think. But despite a heartfelt effort by the underdog from the underground, ring awareness and lack of scruples won the day, though. Zayn had been lined up on the turnbuckle for Del Rio's big stomp, but he managed to haul Del Rio into the mat. The Pride of Mexico pounced quickly, shoving Zayn face first into the ring post and going for the move again. This time it hit home and Zayn packed his bags for the night. So that move where he's like dangling off the ropes and then he like jumps on them, yeah, he hit him with that. So I mean, and then the one match that I thought was really good was Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens. I think those two put on a really solid performance, a really solid match. And Dean won. He ended up hitting him with the dirty deeds, and he won. But I think that was a very good, solid match. And I think Dean's a strong candidate to win the Money in the Bank. And then Charlotte was out there talking about how she regretted what she said to Flair. Maybe she's realizing she can't do it on her own. And then Teddy Long weighed in on Truth and Breeze. Nobody freaking cares about R-Truth and Tyler Breeze and Fandango and Goldust. Like, they need to do something completely different with them. Put them on their own path, let them go, or get rid of them, or do something. But basically, he got kicked out. Says giving Teddy Long never met a 4-way brawl. He didn't try to recognize into tag team match. Of course, he holds no matchmaking power anymore. So Long just ended up getting carried off by security and sent packing by Stephanie McMahon, who officially announced her intention to take over SmackDown come July 19th. I think that's the best decision she's ever had. I think let Shane have a chance. And then it was the New Day versus the Club, and they were fighting before the match even started. Xavier Woods got laid out, and they ended up being 2-on-1, and the Club before the bell got the worst. Kingston and Big E went it alone and fell short. And then the Club wasn't satisfied. They continued to beat up the New Day until John Cena came to even the odds. The Club was quickly subjected to a dropkick, big ending, attitude adjustment combo, at which point they made themselves scarce. So John Cena come out to help them, and then basically as soon as that happened, they were gone. They didn't want anything to do with him. So that was my little bit of a review of Raw. I thought it was kind of boring because, you know, Money in the Bank's in 2 weeks, and they didn't even have the champion or the challenger there. They just showed a little video package of them and had them, like, talking on the video package. And, like, 2 weeks before your big show, and your main event isn't even there. So I thought that was pretty lame. But all in all, I give it an 8 out of 10. So that's all for tonight's video. I will post more probably throughout the week. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time on Leanna's Corner.